Today we are discussing qualitative analysis. Qualitative analysis. Generally, to know the structure of the organic compound, the structure of organic molecule, we have to find out the molecular formula of that compound. To determine the molecular formula of the compound, we have to know which type of elements present in that compound and which quantity of the elements present in the given organic compound. So, the detection of the elements present in the given organic compound is known as qualitative analysis. The detection of the elements present in the given organic compound is known as qualitative analysis, and the detection of quantity of the elements present in the given organic compound is known as quantitative analysis. Now we are discussing about qualitative analysis. So in this qualitative analysis, the detection of carbon and hydrogen. The detection of carbon and hydrogen. Here we are taking small quantity of organic compound. This organic compound is mixed with cupric oxide. The amount of cupric oxide should be 8 times that of the amount of the organic compound. This mixture is taken in a glass tube, that is hard glass tube, and on strong heating. What happened? The carbon atoms present in the organic compound will react with cupric oxide to give carbon dioxide gas, and copper metal will be formed. And the hydrogen elements present in the given organic compound will react with cupric oxide, liberate water vapor, and copper metal will be formed. The evolved gaseous mixture, that is carbon dioxide and water vapor, are allowed to pass through lime water. If lime water turns into milky white, we can decide that carbon dioxide gas is liberated and carbon element present in the given organic compound. And the evolved gases is passed through anhydrous copper sulfate solution. If it is converted into the hydrated copper sulfate solution, that is blue colored copper sulfate, so we can decide that water vapor is liberated and hydrogen is conformed in the given organic compound. So in this way we can detect carbon and hydrogen. Next, here important note is, if any sulfur is present in the evolved gases, if sulfur is present in the given organic compound, the sulfur also react with cupric oxide and liberating sulfur dioxide gas. This sulfur dioxide gas also turns lime water into milky white. So both carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide can turn or convert lime water into milky white. So we will confuse whether the gas liberated is carbon dioxide or sulfur dioxide. To avoid this confusion, the sulfur dioxide should be removed from the evolved gaseous mixture. That is, the evolved gaseous mixture is passed through acidic potassium dichromate solution. Initially, the acidic potassium dichromate will react with sulfur dioxide and it will be converted into chromic sulfate and potassium sulfate and water. So in this way the sulfur dioxide present So the evolved gases containing only carbon dioxide and water vapor. The carbon dioxide can be detected by passing through lime water. It turns into milky white. So this indicates the presence of carbon present in the given organic compound. If these evolved gases is passed through anhydrous copper sulfate, that is white copper sulfate, it turns into the hydrated copper sulfate, that is blue colored copper sulfate. This indicates that water vapor is evolved from the organic compound. So the hydrogen element is confirmed in the organic compound. Next one, detection of nitrogen, sulfur and halon. Detection of nitrogen, sulfur, halon. To detect these elements, we have to prepare sodium fusion extract. We have to prepare sodium fusion extract, which is also known as Lesans extract. Which is also known as Lesans extract. Here we are taking small quantity of organic compound, and we are adding sodium metal piece, and a small amount of starch is added. This mixture is fused. The molten mixture is poured into the beaker containing water. Now this is filtered. The filtrate is known as sodium fusion extract. By using this sodium fusion extract, we can detect the nitrogen element and sulfur element and halogen elements in the given organic compound. Detection of nitrogen. Here we are taking small quantity of sodium fusion extract, and we are adding freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution. This solution is alkaline in nature. Due to the presence of sodium hydroxide, and it will give a green precipitate of ferrous hydroxide. Now this green precipitate on acidification with concentrated sulfuric acid or HCl, this green precipitate will be dissolved or soluble. Now this is treated with 2 to 3 drops of ferric chloride solution. So we got Prussian blue colored solution. This confirms the presence of nitrogen in the given organic compound. What are the reactions takes place? So in this process, what are the reactions takes place in this process? So in this process, the reactions are: the sodium metal will react with water to give sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide will be produced, and nitrogen present in the given organic compound will react with carbon and sodium metal to give sodium cyanide. The nitrogen element present in the given organic compound will react with carbon and sodium metal, give sodium cyanide. And here the ferrous sulfate, freshly prepared ferrous sulfate will react with sodium hydroxide to give a green precipitate of ferrous hydroxide, and sodium sulfate will be formed. This is the green precipitate. And this green precipitate of ferrous hydroxide will be soluble on acidification, and then this ferrous hydroxide will react with sodium cyanide. It gives sodium ferrocyanide. And side product is sodium hydroxide. This is sodium ferrocyanide. This sodium ferrocyanide will react with ferric chloride solution. We are adding 2 to 3 drops of ferric chloride solution. It will react with ferric chloride solution. It gives ferric ferrocyanide. This compound is ferric ferrocyanide. This ferric ferrocyanide is in Prussian blue color. This is in Prussian blue colored compound. And in this ferric ferrocyanide, one of the iron having oxidation number +3, another iron having oxidation number +2. And the IUPAC name of this compound is iron 3. This is iron and whose oxidation number is 3. This is the hexacyano, iron 3 hexacyano, ferrate 2 complex. This is the IUPAC name of this compound, and common name is ferric ferrocyanide. Due to the formation of ferric ferrocyanide, Prussian blue color is formed. If nitrogen is absent in the given organic compound, sodium cyanide will not be formed in sodium fusion extract, and ferric ferrocyanide will not be formed. Prussian blue color is not formed, so nitrogen is absent. Okay, so this is the test for nitrogen. There are some important notes in this test for nitrogen. That is, first point is compounds, that is organic compounds which contain nitrogen, but not carbon, so does not give this test. The compounds containing nitrogen but not carbon do not give this test. For example, we can take hydrazine, and the second one is the hydroxylamine. So in this way we can take any organic compounds which contain nitrogen but not carbon. Do not give this test, because due to the absence of carbon in this compound, sodium cyanide will not be formed in sodium fusion extract. So these compounds do not give test for nitrogen. And we can take diazonium salts. The diazonium salts are in the form of C6H5N2+, Cl- or Br- or HSO4-. Here we can take HSO4-, or we can take BF4-. This is benzene diazonium chloride, this is benzene diazonium bisulfide, this is benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. These type of compounds do not give test for nitrogen, because in these diazonium salts, on heating, the nitrogen present in the organic compound will be liberated as N2 gas. So before reacting with sodium metal, the nitrogen present in the organic compound will be liberated in the form of N2 gas. So this compound cannot give test for nitrogen. For sulfur, here we are taking small quantity of sodium fusion extract. For this we are adding sodium nitroprusside, that is Na2FeCN5NO, which is sodium nitroprusside. Is added. This gives a violet colored solution. This gives violet colored solution. So this confirms the presence of sulfur in a given organic compound. So in this, the reaction is, if sulfur present in the organic compound, if sulfur is present in the organic compound, sodium sulfide is present in the sodium fusion extract. During the preparation of sodium fusion extract, sodium sulfide will be formed. So the sodium sulfide present in the sodium fusion extract will react with sodium nitroproside. Sodium nitroproside. Sodium nitroproside gives sodium thionitroproside. Sodium thionitroproside. This is sodium thionitroproside. Sodium thionitroproside is formed. So which is in violet color. Which is in violet color. This confirms the presence of sulfur. This confirms the presence of sulfur. If sulfur is absent in the given organic compound, the sodium sulfide is absent in the sodium fusion extract, and sodium thionitroproside will not be formed. Violet color will not exist. Okay, this is the test for sulfur. Another test for sulfur. That is, we are taking sodium fusion extract. For this sodium fusion extract, it is acidified with acetic acid solution, and we are adding lead acetate. We are adding lead acetate. So here we got a black precipitate. A black precipitate is formed. This confirms the presence of sulfur. In this, the reaction is sodium sulfide present in the sodium fusion extract will react with lead acetate. So it gives lead sulfide, that is black precipitate is formed. Black precipitate is formed, and side product is sodium acetate. Side product is sodium acetate. So this confirms the presence of sulfur. Next one, another test for sulfur, that is, here we are taking small quantity of sodium fusion extract, and this is acidified with acetic acid, and we are adding cadmium acetate solution. So this gives yellow precipitate. This is also confirms the presence of sulfur. What are the reactions takes place in this process? That is, sodium sulfide present in the sodium fusion extract will react with cadmium acetate, gives cadmium sulfide, and yellow precipitate. Is formed. If sulfur is absent in the organic compound, the sodium sulfide is absent in the sodium fusion extract, then no yellow precipitate of cadmium sulfide will be formed. Okay, so these are the tests for sulfur. There are 3 tests. Tests for both nitrogen and sulfur. Actually, if both nitrogen and sulfur present in the given organic compound, the nitrogen and sulfur will react with carbon and sodium metal. It will give sodium thiocyanate. During the preparation of sodium fusion extract, the elements which are binded by covalent bonds in the organic compound will be converted into ionic compounds. Okay. So, if nitrogen and sulfur present in the organic compound, sodium thiocyanate will be formed in the sodium fusion extract. Now we are taking sodium fusion extract and we are adding 2 to 3 drops of ferric chloride solution. So we got red blood color. So this indicates the presence of both nitrogen and sulfur in the given organic compound. Okay. So here the reactions are nothing but the sodium thiocyanate will react with ferric chloride. It gives ferric thiocyanate. Will be formed. 3 moles of sodium chloride will be formed. This ferric thiocyanate thiocyanate is red blood color. Okay, this confirms the presence of both nitrogen and sulfur. And small important note is there, that is if during the preparation of sodium fusion extract, if excess sodium is used, what happened? The sodium thiocyanate present in sodium fusion extract will react with excess sodium metal, and it will be decomposed to give sodium sulfide and sodium cyanide. This sodium sulfide present in the sodium fusion extract will give individual tests for sulfur, and the sodium cyanide present in the sodium fusion extract will give individual tests for nitrogen. So these compounds will give individual tests for sulfur and nitrogen, but do not give the combined test, that is red blood color test when excess sodium is used. Okay. So now there is test for phosphorus is there, test for halogen is there, test for oxygen is there. So these the remaining reactions we will discuss in the next class. Okay. I hope you understand this lesson, and please subscribe my channel. Okay.